Good evening viewers and welcome back to Ben's Gluten-Free Kitchen. I work in an office environment and for years I was struggling with my energy in the morning. I'd be getting up and going to early morning meetings and find myself yawning my head off all the way through. So I booked myself in at Napier's clinic in Edinburgh and they just talked us through my diet, and everything I thought I was doing correctly, I was actually doing wrong. So one of the hints they gave me was to try porridge. It's warm and it's full of slow releasing energy, and that's going to help you throughout the day. However, porridge oats are full of gluten, and I found some gluten-free porridge oats online. So what I'm making today is just a bit of a sweet treat, and it's going to be some gluten-free porridge oat biscuits. Now, Jill gets these from the local supermarket and they're really tasty but very expensive. So I thought I'm going to give it a go just to see if I can make those a little bit cheaper than what we buy them for. So just quickly going through the ingredients, I'm going to use 150 grams of gluten-free plain white flour, and I'm going to use 50 grams of the gluten-free porridge oats. Into that I'm also going to put 100 grams of soft brown sugar. And to help with the rise, I'm just going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder as well. And just to make these a little bit more interesting, I'm going to add about 100 grams of cranberries as well. And then for the wet ingredients, it's 100 grams or 100 millilitres of Greek yoghurt, and about a dessert spoonful of extra virgin olive oil as well. That's 150 grams of the plain white flour, and that's 50 grams of the gluten-free porridge oats. And into that, about 1/4 of a dessert spoon of baking powder. And that's just going to help just give it a little bit of a rise as well. And then it's 100 grams of the soft brown golden sugar. So you can start to see where the energy's coming from. And adding 100 grams of soft cranberries. If you are buying these dried, just make sure you pop them in some hot water just to help them rehydrate before you use them. And then just give that a mix through, just to help incorporate the sugar and the cranberries. It's just at this moment I feel like I want to burst into song. And then finally 100 grams of Greek yoghurt and 1 dessert spoon of olive oil. And let's just give that a quick mix. And that should start to come together. And once that's come together, just using an ice cream spoon, scoop those out and place them onto a greased tray. Now, using the ice cream spoon just helps get an even portion size, so when you're cooking them, they all cook evenly. And then I just gently shape them, and that just helps resemble the ones Jill buys. I've also had the oven on as well. That's at about 180 degrees, and I'm just going to pop those in. Give those about 25 to 30 minutes, and I'll be back to check on those in a bit. And here we have them, the finished product. So they've had 25 minutes and they've turned out nice and golden. I'm just going to leave those to cool down, then I'll make myself a cup of tea and enjoy one of those. So I hope you found that easy to follow along. Remember to subscribe and hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time on Ben's Gluten-Free Kitchen.